Ghostly Encounter by Michelle Carter. 13-year-old Max was so excited. His parents were finally trusting him enough to allow him to stay home alone on a Saturday evening. He was going to play video games, eat all the chips, and stay up as late as he wanted. The freedom was like a dream. "Don't open the door for anyone. Keep your phone on you," his mom repeated for the third time. "And don't stay up too late. We'll be home around 11. "Yes, Mom," Max said politely. He could tell his mom was excited to go out tonight. She was all smiles and had on her fancy earrings. He was happy for her, and he wasn't going to mess this up, for his sake or hers. "There might be a little thunderstorm rolling in tonight. Keep the windows closed too," his dad said. "And stay out of trouble, kid." He ruffled his hair. Max grimaced. He hated thunderstorms. "I'll do my best," he joked. It was safe to joke because his mom had already stepped out the front door. His dad gave him a wink and shut the door. Max locked it behind him as instructed. He peeked through the front window and saw the taillights of the family SUV disappearing down the road. Wow! The entire house to himself? He gave a loud whoop and jumped up and down excitedly, with no one there to tell him to be quiet, calm down, or sit still. Except for Oscar the cat, who took up off the stairs at the sudden noise, letting out a startled meow. Max raced to the kitchen, found his favorite chips, and took them straight to the living room to play video games. Unlimited time with the TV, eating in the living room, and getting to turn the sound up as loud as he wanted. Man, this getting older thing was fantastic. After an hour or two, Max had found it tough to focus on the screen, and his stomach felt a little iffy. He looked around at the empty soda cans, chips bags, and half-eaten sleeves of Oreos. His mom would have a fit if she came home right now. He gingerly got up and did the responsible grown-up thing. He cleaned up after himself. After running the vacuum for a good measure, he realized how tired he was. He dragged himself up the stairs. Just as he reached the top of the stairs, he heard something in the dark living room. Max froze, certain he heard wrong. Was it the wind outside or whispering? But he heard it again, and then a sudden rumble of thunder had him scurrying to his bedroom. He nearly tripped over Oscar, who streaked downstairs. His white tail was puffed like a bottle brush. Max had his back pressed against his closed bedroom door, and he heard huffing and puffing and realized he was out of breath. He tried to listen harder, and he swore he heard more noises downstairs. He locked the door, jumped into his bed, and pulled the covers over his head. Another loud howl of the wind echoed outside his window, and Max fumbled for his phone, desperate to call someone. He couldn't call his parents, because then they would think he couldn't handle being home alone. He called his best friend Benjamin. "Ben," Max whispered into the phone the second his friend answered. "I think there's a ghost in my house." "Dude, what?" Ben said sleepily. "Don't be weird." "No, seriously," Max panicked. "I heard noises downstairs. What if it's that ghost lady?" Images of a frail, wide-eyed, screaming old lady flashed in his mind. He shook his head, trying to get rid of it. "From that movie we watched last week at Steve's house? Man, that was just a movie. You need to chill," Ben yawned. Max heard another unearthly howl from downstairs. "Ben, seriously, what should I do?" Max begged. Being alone in the house was not fun anymore. At all. "Max, it's like 11 o'clock at night. Go tell your mommy," Ben said, frustrated. He hung up. Max pulled the covers tighter over his head. The rain was beating against his bedroom window, and another clap of thunder rattled it. Max heard thumping on the stairs outside his bedroom, and Max curled tighter into himself. The ghost was coming for him. He knew it. Aside from Oscar the cat, Max was the only one the ghost would want to terrorize, right? And certainly, Oscar was safe hiding somewhere, right? Should he go get him and save him from the ghost? Lightning flashed so bright that Max saw it through the blanket covering his head. The resulting thunder made him yelp. The worst part, though, was the ghostly slam of a door downstairs. Max realized he definitely wasn't ready to be home alone if it meant dealing with this nonsense.